What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Wardcast. Every Monday, we bring you the latest in video game news, talk about survival horror, machinima, and what's going on at the Ward. I'm one of your hosts, Shaun Clark, alongside Jazz Rich.
Hello.
Nick Sharpshot.
Howdy.
And Dante Comstock.
Konnichiwa.
This is the first time Dante is on the show, so we'll try to be gentle with him. You guys have heard Dante in a few of our shows, including Days of Our Lives Resident Evil as Sadler in the later episodes, and Billy in the Diary of Rebecca Chambers. Why don't you give us a rundown of who you are and what all you do?
Oh, do I go first?
Yeah, that's you. You're the only Dante here that I'm aware of.
Okay. Well, I do the recent Sadler, and I do Billy.
Billy.
I also do some writing, directing, and the video game footage and all that jazz for my own stuff. Major inspiration is good old Shaun Senpai right there. So, gotta thank him for getting to me where I am today. So, if I don't know if this is the part where I plug in things, so I don't know.
Nope, that's later.
Yeah, okay, cool. Then I'll wait for that part. So that's me. I'm a Dante.
He does the machinimas.
Yeah.
He's blonde though. He's not the black-haired Dante.
He's the only one of us who does machinima.
What?
Yeah, we kind of slack off.
Hey, you speak for yourself. I work hard.
I'm in hiatus, actually. I'm trying to work that out right now, but we'll get to that later.
Oh. Everybody, sort your shit out. Time has come. Wow.
And so
you're right.
I thought we were taking it slow.
Sometimes slow means fast.
Yeah, that's just what it means when you...
Just like no means yes.
You see a yellow light...
Well, that's in Canada. So.
And you drive faster.
Exactly. So, fucking
that's
Nintendo. They continue to fuck up physical releases. Wolfenstein Youngblood's getting a physical release. But guess what's in the box?
What's in the box?
Nothing? Big dildo to go fuck yourself with.
It might as well have that because it's a little old piece of paper with a fucking code on it. So what is the point? Fucking, I don't understand that. Why would you make a quote-unquote physical version when there's no disc or cartridge? Who is that for? Who wants that? I just want to have a box
cool
on my shelf for no reason at all.
Don't you?
No. God damn it.
Can you imagine that, like, 10 years from now, we still buy, like, plastic cases and shit for stuff? We just open it, it's like a little notepad, like, 7XZ16 code digit shit. Like, now I know. Expired 2012.
There's a note in there that says, there was a game here. It's gone now.
We didn't have the money to make the disc, so...
Yeah, Nintendo's running out of money.
But we had a lot of...
Oh, man. I think ever since that one game, I think it was one of those war games where they started doing... Like, they did that, right? Where they released, like, a game, but it was, like, download the full game later or something like that. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
So that's not one game. That's several games.
Oh, no. It's becoming a trend?
Mm-hmm, that's, let's see. That's Bayonetta.
Wasn't that Half-Life 2, the first one that did that? That required, like, a code to put in for Steam and shit. Back when Steam was still, like, a little baby.
I don't know. PC stuff. I don't know. It's not my realm. But no, on Nintendo Switch, like, so far, off the top of my head, I know Bayonetta did that. Resident Evil Revelations 2 did that. Both of the Mega Man collections did that. Spyro... Reignited Trilogy did that. There's a bunch of games where it's like half of it's on a cartridge and half of it you have to download.
Is this specifically within Nintendo's products? Because I definitely don't recall that. Oh my god.
It's fucking bullshit. It's worse than not even doing a physical release at all. Because it's like we're releasing physical. Just kidding. Fuck you.
I bought the day one edition of Final Fantasy 15 because it was like $10 for PS4, and I put in the disc, and I'm like, okay, it's probably a big game. It'll take maybe 30 minutes to install. No, it takes 3 hours to download 70 gigabytes and I can't
Oh,
even boot up
gosh.
the story mode of the game until it's all done downloading.
I think that's another one. Final Fantasy
Like, what the
X.
fuck?
Like 10, I think 10 and 10-2 collection, I think, is half
Is that on
download.
Switch now? Yeah, that's on Switch now, isn't
Yeah.
it?
It's either out or it's coming out. I can't remember. But yeah, that was just a quick little thing I wanted to complain about. Not big enough for a news story, but Nintendo continues to piss me off, and I don't like it. Nick, how was your week?
It was busy. School's coming to a wrap, so y'all people who are watching who do the whole education thing, it sucks, doesn't it?
Yes. Yes.
But that's all boring, so we're not going to talk about that. Been playing a lot of childhood games, trying to revisit. I've been playing some Return of the King on GameCube,
I
which
thought you were going to say something about playing with children, and I was like, cut.
yeah, this is it's not that kind of podcast. No, but I played what the fuck else? I've been playing Return of the King. I played some of the like Lord of the Rings games, like Fellowship, which is still pretty good. I know people don't like it, but it's all right. The Third Age is a lot of fun.
Fellowship. Is that the RPG one? Like the turn-based one?
No. Or the turn-based one is the Third Age,
Oh, yeah,
which
yeah,
is
yeah.
really fun. It's fucking awesome. It's literally Final
It
Fantasy
is
X
really, really cool.
crossover.
I remember when that came out, I was freaking out.
Played some CS:GO, played some Quake Live for all you PC people, and watched Final Fantasy Advent Children, which
I'm
has a really
sorry.
bad English dub. It's a good movie, I think.
Good is a strong word.
Okay. It's like from a thematic standpoint, you can like philosophically dissect it for days.
If you
but from
watch it on mute, it's pretty good.
if you don't the English dub it's not very good. But I will say the guy who plays Reno is Quentin Flynn, who is the voice actor for Raiden, and that blew my mind. And
I was speaking more on like a story level. Like if you just watch it and it's like cool action and it's like, oh, it's Final Fantasy and it looks pretty, it's cool. But if you know what's going on and what it's about, it's not so great.
The real thing is the soundtrack is good. That's the answer you
true.
want to give.
That is true.
See,
It's a
but
good soundtrack.
that's because it's all ripped from the game, though. So
Exactly.
Anyway, yeah, that was my week. It was a lot of stuff. How about you, Jazz? How was what are you up to?
I've been up to mostly the usual. My roommate and I watched finally the 3 Hobbit movies.
I'm sorry.
I had never seen them. I like them.
They're strongly decent.
I like the originals better, obviously, but I like that it tied up a lot of loose ends from the series. Like
Did it though?
Extended or theatrical?
I don't know. Whatever.
Were they 4
whatever
hours long
version
or
that was.
2 hours long?
I don't know. I get lost in the movies. I don't pay attention.
There's not a whole
every
lot that
time-
happens in, what is it, 9 hours of movie?
I mean, yeah, like the original series had more going on, but it's still like when I watch the original movies, I'm always complaining about like how the fuck does Legolas never run out of arrows? And then in this movie he does, and I'm like, yes.
He's
Like, I was
got
super
the
excited.
solid snake bandana.
I think he just poops them out.
Or that.
But yeah, that was entertaining. I
I
don't.
thought there was cigarettes for Snake.
No, it was the bandana.
Yeah.
No, like he pooped out the cigarettes.
Oh.
That's like,
Oh, wow. I didn't know that's where we were going.
No, it was stomach. He put it in his stomach. Oh,
well, from the
yeah,
stomach,
okay.
where's it go?
Right. Out of his mouth.
He pissed it out.
Oh, jeez.
Continue, Jess.
I played a lot of Conan, so as you know,
I know
we've been
nothing about that.
we've been restarting the fucking game so much.
Like every fucking time we go to play it.
Yeah, I remember I told you like, oh well, Diz and I have a second server. Just like, nope, it's gone.
That's what you get for free.
Yep. Well, yeah, they can't handle the servers because there's too many people playing it for free. It's like, well, shit.
They
Should've
can't
thought
handle
of
the
that
servers because they want money.
how many people are allowed to play per server on that? By the way,
40.
is that
Or
a lot? Like,
it depends on the server.
are the maps big at least for that, or?
The map's pretty big, yeah, but like when you make a server, you choose how many people can be in it, and most people just put it at like 40. And it's like, why do you put it at 40 if you only have 2 friends? and lock it so nobody else can get in.
Because just in case.
Fuck the case.
Just in case you meet 38 people.
Just in case you make friends, but you can't make friends because you locked your fucking server.
Damn.
Jerks.
They still get in. That's how you know they're really good potential for friends.
Are you including the trying a new game in this portion, or is that after?
Yeah, no, that's part of this.
Okay, well, as you know, as I told you, I hadn't tried a new game and I kind of panicked, and I didn't want to go out and buy one, so I just finally tried Fatal Frame.
Oh wow,
Yes!
how'd that go?
Woo!
It's not spooky.
What?
It's
Bullshit.
I mean, it's only like 300 years old.
It says on the back of the box, "This is the scariest game ever made."
Yeah.
So you know it's true.
Yeah.
It's
But
an
I was-
If it's on
environmentally-
the box, it's accurate. Okay.
It's
the
environmentally
only
tense.
thing I've retained from that game so far is Beth and I are just sitting there going like, I captured a ghost with my camera. This camera has the power to capture ghosts.
It's like,
This
isn't that all
camera is the
cameras?
That's it.
spooky.
Because they capture
So every
your
time
soul
s-
or whatever.
Every time somebody said the word camera, we're like, because this camera has the power to capture ghosts. Now I'll never take a picture of anything. So I was just like taking pictures of stairs and fucking beams and shit. I was like, oh, there's no ghost. Oh. I don't think I understand the game.
That's one of the shitty things, especially about like horror games, is like if you don't play it when it comes out or like within that console generation, you kind of miss out on the experience because the graphics at the time are good, or at least hopefully they're good. But if you go back to it like a generation or two down the line and it looks like shit, it's hard for it to be effective in scaring you.
Well,
No,
I didn't get very far either.
I feel like Fatal Frame, and if they were to release, I know it's never going to happen because of stupid licensing bullshit, but if they were to remake like Fatal Frame Trilogy HD or Silent Hill Trilogy or Quadrilogy, whatever the fuck they called it, Saga Legacy, whatever. If they were to remake an HD version of that, that would definitely like bring that back in terms of popularity, because I feel like series like Fatal Frame and Silent Hill are dying because of that, because they're so PS2 like outdated in terms of that.
They're so PS2.
Yeah, I don't think there's a big enough demand for something like that. And I think companies are afraid to do something like that because Konami did do the HD version of Silent Hill and it was a fucking nightmare. Not in a good way.
Well, no, but that's because I'm talking you straight up have I think because I was reading about this. I don't mean to interject this topic, but I feel like it might be interesting. I read that fans are better at making remakes or edits or mods or overhauls or updates, and hell, just remastering shit than the actual companies. Because while for companies it's usually hired hands that are just doing a job, fans actually naturally give a shit about the source material and all that. So it makes sense for all these companies to outsource a lot of this work to fans if they could.
That's never going to happen. But I see what you're saying.
Unfortunate. I know,
Yeah.
but
And it just depends
in a
too,
good
because
world.
if you do it right, like they did with Resident Evil 2 remake, where it's people involved with the first game and they're passionate about it and they understand what it is and what makes it important, and they have the talent, you get something that's worthwhile. And that's kind of what needs to happen with Silent Hill. But again, I just don't think something like that's realistic because of the state of Silent Hill and what happened with PT and what happened with the HD collection and just Konami being a garbage company at the moment. I don't think we're going to see anything like that. And Fatal Frame had I don't remember if it was a prequel or a sequel, but it had a new title on the Wii U. And being on the Wii U, a console that nobody owns, I'm sure it didn't do very well. So they're probably not, raring to make a new title or a remake or anything in that franchise either. Which sucks.
is a damn shame.
It really is.
To get back to an earlier point about the graphics thing, I guess for some people the graphics may matter and affect the atmosphere, but for me personally, even though we were already in a PS3 generation when I started playing the trilogy, it still has its spooks for me personally. Probably because one, I can't do Ghost, and two, I can't do Japanese Ghost. So environmentally, the Fatal Frame trilogy was very tense for me, to say the least. Fighting Ghost maybe not be completely spooky-ish, depending on the ghost, really. But overall, I say it had like the same kind of thing what was going on for like Resident Evil 2 at first. Environmentally tense until like the things that really just make you go, oh, happen. But yeah, if there were to be like, if dreams were to come true, an overhaul, bringing it to like the PS4, I'm sure there'd be like a reigniting of a fan base for it, because it's a good series, and the latest game coming out on the Wii U was definitely a major disappointment. And I heard on also some reviews that gameplay wise is a bit on the jank side or something. So it was definitely one of those hit and miss moments, and I really wish it didn't miss.
They need to start taking more years to make games. Like I
Yes
would
and
argue
no.
it is. Well, no, I mean like from what I've seen, like a good game, I would like assume would take 4 to 5 years of like good structured development.
Actual
Because-
quality check.
Yeah, because like, and I don't mean in
We
the
don't
sense
do
like
that
you,
these days.
It's
We
too
don't know
expensive
how.
for our
It's okay,
Our
we'll
multi-
patch it later.
Oh god damn it!
day one patch.
Exactly.
No, our multi-billion-dollar company can't afford to hire new people. What a
The main
bitch.
character's phasing through the ground. We'll fix it later. It's fine.
Just add a cross check.
Half a face is missing, and all they can see is the eyeballs and mouth.
No big deal.
Later.
We'll fix it in post. But we derailed a little bit. Jazz, how did you like Fatal Frame? Other than it not being spooky because of dated graphics.
I haven't done much in it to really judge, but so far I'm not, like, it's not interesting me.
So you're probably not gonna. You don't think you'll try to go through it, or
I might. It's just the graininess of it kind of bugs me, and I got like stuck. I didn't know where to go, and I was like,
back when video games actually required you to figure shit out. Like we're not even
every
used to
single
that.
room.
It's like, yeah, you have to fucking search everything and really think outside the box to move forward.
There was no
And
box.
There's
Yeah,
a
there's
box.
no floating arrow being like, "Hey, retard,
Yeah,
go here."
exactly. And I've experienced that to a degree too, where like I go back to play something and I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do here? Because I'm just not used to having to figure things out and really like dig into things and really think in depth as to like what a possible solution could be for a puzzle. Because normally it's either really easy or there's just no puzzle to figure out. It's like Resident Evil 5 puzzles. Point this
See,
light
like-
over here.
See, I feel like that's a tragedy too with games, right? Because like the more, because we talked about this on another podcast where it's like games are starting to reach an audience where, more and more people should play it, and to make it more accessible, people are like, well, some people might not like a game where you have to spend, 30 minutes on one puzzle trying to figure it out because it's, a logic puzzle or like a numbers game or like a, Fibonacci sequence. Like it sucks because those puzzles, like I feel like it's more satisfying to play like Resident Evil 1 or 2, and when you're able to run around the entire mansion like from memory, like it feels like you memorized the layout of it like your own home. That is so much more satisfying than just walk into a switch pressing X, walk into another switch pressing X.
And
like,
when you figure out and solve a puzzle, you actually have a sense of accomplishment. How about that? What is that in 2019? Nobody knows.
there's not
We
like
are
a
gonna-
loot box that falls
Here,
from the
let me-
sky.
Oh, I can pay $4.99 to unlock the puzzle solution? Yes! Let's do that. Fuck off. But yeah, hopefully you finish that, Jazz, because, I mean, I haven't personally played the Fatal Frame games, but I've heard really good things, and I just like that style of game, and I think if you give it a chance, it'll probably end up being good, as long as you can get past the graphics and stuff like that, because most people can't really do that. It's like if it's not visually pleasing, it's hard to buy into what it's doing, whether that be story or gameplay or horror or whatever. But
Well, it's
Try.
not mostly like because it's not pretty. It's just because like it's really hard. It's like Silent Hill. I can't play Silent Hill because it's so foggy that like my grays start blending.
oh,
The graininess
okay.
blocks the rest of the shit, so I get lost super easily.
Oh, that sucks.
But we were laughing at the camera. How it has the power to capture ghosts.
Did you play anything
Oh.
else?
I tried Hitman, whichever one was free last month or the month before that.
How was that?
Well, you see, I tried this new sleep medication or sleep stuff,
Oh.
and I was just playing Hitman to see if I could just like outlive it, and I basically fell asleep playing. But it wasn't bad. I got on the boat and I like stole people's clothes and killed people, and I was playing actual like for real, not being a dick. But no, I'm gonna try to maybe do some videos of release your inner dick,
Nice.
and
You should
that's
call
all.
it that too.
But I have a pile of games I've never played before that's out now, so I'm gonna play them.
Oh, good. I noticed too. I saw you streaming The Surge for a
Ugh.
minute. Oh no. Not
That's on
good.
sale right now, right?
Let's-
On
It
Steam?
was one of the
let's
free
just,
games.
let's just not talk about the Surge. I'm not even
Wow.
counting that as a movie.
Oh
It was
man.
a pile of trash.
I was
Go back
told to play it. Is it bad?
Just go back and watch the video, like the short 20-minute video on my stream of me playing it, and I'm just
Aw.
like, this is fucking. I miss my wheelchair.
Wait, what is it even about?
As far as I could tell, you're a guy in a wheelchair who goes into some fucking weird outside world in a robot suit and kill other little robots, and then go nowhere because none of the doors work.
That sounds great.
Yeah,
No.
the end. And then I switched to Tomb Raider. He's like, okay.
Do the doors have like card suit number things
No,
over
it's like a mix of fucking like it looks like Destiny, and it looks like
Wow, I already don't care.
I like Destiny, but when you look at the menu, you're like, oh, it's gonna be kind of like that, but no, it's not. It's literally like, here's all these things you can upgrade, but you don't have any. Because
So what you're saying is it's like Destiny, only worse somehow.
So it's perfect.
it's
So
not like
yeah,
Destiny,
so it's
just
game
like
of the
menu
year.
the menu looks like Destiny.
Uh,
The trailer made it look a lot better, but I wouldn't have fucking installed it if I'd played it before I
sucks.
installed it somehow.
cool. Anything else?
Next.
Oh
Nope.
wow. Okay, Dante, how did your week go? Perfect.
Cool, Sean. No.
No. Week wise was just in the middle. Nothing really bad. Nothing too spectacular. I just had school, but I think during my days off work it was just ADHD everywhere. Just like, okay, let's do some schoolwork and let's go watch 1,000 YouTube videos. And I was really hoping I get the time to like work on my Patreon video thing, but then I realized as I was running out of time, I really need to make sure my work gets done.
Are exams coming up for you as well?
Monday, my dude.
Oh fuck! Are you
I
done
gotta-
like in early May though, like first or second?
No. Wait, actually, not sure. I'll check because it says at the end of May, but the last project for my statistics class is in the beginning of May, so I don't know. I would love it to be over. I'd like to get
Nice.
time to get going on the Patreon half, but other than that,
Can I ask how
I-
many credit hours you're taking? I'm just curious.
uh,
Talk to super many university people.
I'm just taking 2 classes. That's all I know. I think it was under 10 credits or something, because there's that and then astronomy. So, education stuff aside, and not talking about work, I bought. I was on Amazon because I wanted to buy more Yakuza stuff. As Sean Senpai knows, I recently got into the series.
Fucking Yakuza, that word.
Yeah.
So good.
Yakuza.
Yakawawa.
Yum, not Yakuza.
I went to buy the first 2 original Yakuza games
On the
so that I can
PS2?
yeah.
Beautiful.
So I can experience it, because I played obviously the PS4 ones. Zero, Yakuzami is what I call Kiwami. It's combining the 2, Yakuzami 1 and Yakuzami 2.
More.
So I want to see with where the classic fans stand and experience it for myself, kind of thing. And then I also bought Shenmue.
Excuse me. Bless you.
The PS4 release, just
Shenmue.
delivered today.
Ooh.
Those
Those games did not age well.
that was one.
I love those games, but like I thought like when I got into the HD version, it would just pull me the fuck in, and I would never stop playing it until I was done. not so much. It's just so fucking dated because like it kind of established that whole open world kind of Yakuza, like do whatever, mini games, huge world, in-depth characters, talk to everybody, mystery kind of thing. And at the time it was incredible, but it's just
it's not
it's bad.
I did watch, like, I never watched the Before You Buy, and this was the first time I did, and that was just like seeing that gameplay footage from there. I'm just like, oh man, you see Shenmue 1, and you're just like, the Dreamcast graphics,
Beauty.
Jesus Christ, right? Pixel
the source
beauty.
of beauty.
And I wasn't even when they showed Shenmue 2 footage. I was just like, wait, did the graphics change? I think the code got smoother. But that's definitely fascinating, like you said, because it was like that pre-Yakuza days when it wasn't really combat focused; it was more adventure focused, and I can't wait to dive into that.
That's not even true, because if you think about it, Shenmue actually has a deeper battle system than Yakuza. Because like just the combos and shit, and like just the things that you could unlock and the variations in combos and things like that you had was actually a lot more in depth, I think. That might be different now. Like I told you, I'm kind of behind on Yakuza. I haven't played probably the last like 4 games, so that might have changed. But the ones that I played, it was definitely not on the same level.
You might start agreeing so once you think otherwise when you play Yakuza 0, because from what I hear, that's like the best that it's gotten in terms of combat because of
that's good to hear.
Fact that 2 characters and 3 battle styles and the hidden 4th one. So
well, because in 4, I think it was, you got to play 4 characters and they all had their own styles, but they were still rooted in the same gameplay mechanic where they were all relatively limited in what you could unlock and what you could do, and they were pretty much variations of square, 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 triangle. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't really crazy deep.
Oh yeah, no. There's definitely more than just that. There's various context specific like moments of stuff that you can do, which is really cool. So we can get back to that sometime later once you do get around to that. But
nice.
Yeah. So yeah, I got those 2, and then I don't know how this happened, but while I was looking up Yakuza on Amazon movies, no, what is that?
Don't worry about it.
We're gonna be having a long talk after this podcast.
Wait, what happened?
Nothing.
I don't know, and
Everything
I'm gonna find out later. Yeah, sure. So, movies show up, right? And somehow, in the search for Yakuza movies, there's this one movie called Big Bad Mama Son, and I have no idea how that related. It looks like one of those really bad Japanese comedy movies.
Wait, is that Jill?
Yeah. That's not all. It's got an English dub.
Oh no.
There was a trailer that...
Is Mark Hamill in it?
No, but I think someone theorized that the girl who voiced Sakura is Big Bad Mama-san, like Naruto Sakura. And I'm just like, oh god.
Only $13.99 with Prime
deal.
shipping.
Yeah, and the warning box says it contains nudity, crudity, sexual situations, foul language, and country western music. That's in the warning.
Because that's on the level of nudity and violence.
I mean,
true.
What the fuck?
So I went to go watch the movie trailer, and it's of course contains the English dub, and they say the title of the movie like 4 times.
Big Badu Mama-san.
In your own time, there's that.
Yo, on the back of the box it says, her life's out of control and about to go totally trucking nuts.
Oh no.
That's amazing.
Yep. So I went ahead and bought that, and I really want like friends to go watch this with, because it just looks like one of those cringy movies to watch. Probably a little more appropriate than fucking watching The Room, but
What the fuck is a sexual situation?
Well, watch the trailer. They show a bit,
God.
a few.
No, like is that like any interaction involving two sexes? Like,
Okay,
It's a conversation between the opposite sex.
it's a
It's a
situation.
situation.
Oh shit! It's temporarily out of stock.
So since I watched the One Chanbara live action movie, I think I
Oh
can
my
get
God,
through this.
I need to watch that too. That's what I was forgetting
It's
to
so
buy.
bad. It is awful. But you have to see it.
Yeah, of course. I always gotta watch those fan servicey live action Japanese stuff. This is what I live for.
What else you got?
Well, aside from that, there's still Saturday night, as you know, senpai. Every Saturday night, after work, I go to the bar, and I get some drinks, and I break it down on the floor, and that's pretty much it. So I just gotta, once I calm down from everything, I really want to get going on my Patreon thing, because the sooner the better. Wink.
Winky face.
Still doing a lot of voices too.
Oh, of course I am. Okay, when I pick up the phone, brief before we go too far, on the phone, I pick up the phone and said, "Thank you for calling Five Guys Burgers Fries in my location. My name is Leonardo DiCappuccino. How can I help you?" Or my name is Johnny Pineapple Seed, not to be put on pizzas.
Jonathan Pizzas.
Yeah.
I think she meant in the capacity of projects.
Oh, projects, that too. I'm also up for hire. I haven't touched my mic in 5 months, but if anyone actually hires me, I will grab it.
Boy, do I
Sound
have
like
a
a
job
beat
for
down
you.
musician.
I haven't done voices in 5 years, but if you want me to play you a song, ding ding, I'll play you a song. My guitar's just a bit out of tune. Just let me. I broke the G string.
Whoa.
While fingering A minor.
Everyone breaks the G string in the guitar.
This sounds like a sexual situation.
That's not my fault. They called it the G string.
I do believe you just got the fucking title of this podcast.
Boom, there it is.
Situation.
We have discovered it. We have uncovered the treasure.
What did we come up with? The G string.
Sexual situation.
Yeah.
And breaking the G strings.
Oh no. You
Break
never
all
break
the
the G-string.
Sean,
Hello.
your week.
My week was fine.
Okay, good.
Okay, great. The end.
Bye.
Is that the end of podcast. Bye everyone.
Yeah.
Sean's like a groundhog. Like, how was your week? Fine. Just goes back down.
Yep, that's it. It was a week. It wasn't as productive as I had hoped. My aspirations are always higher than I can attain, and they're not even that high. But
Same.
just it can be tough. Work's a bitch and sleep is a thing and all that. But I watched Deep Blue Sea 2, which was fucking horrible. Probably worse than you would even think it is. I opened and watched my Castlevania anime, which is so good. The Netflix one, they released it on Blu-ray, so I had to buy that. And it came with a t-shirt, which was great. But trying to pull the Blu-ray out of the box that holds the disc and the t-shirt damaged my Blu-ray box because it has kind of lips that are facing inside the box. So when I pulled it out, it got caught on the lip and it wouldn't come out. So I had to keep pulling on it and it fucking bent the artwork insert and the plastic piece that kind of holds it in place. So that really kind of pissed me off.
That damages my soul. Oh,
It really hurt my feelings. And
Wait, is this your Blu-ray player?
No, it's the box, not the disc. So there's an outer box that's like a hard plastic, and inside that box you have the Blu-ray case and then the t-shirt. But it was crammed in there so tight, and the top of the box.
I was laughing because you said crammed in so tight.
Wow. But the flaps, at the top of the box are pointing inward, so that just kind of caught on the case and tore it. But the problem is, for me, anybody that knows me knows that I buy shit and it goes on a shelf and I never see it again. Or it takes me a long time to get to it, in the case of Castlevania. So for that, like I bought it. I can't even remember when it came out. I want to say it came out in maybe November, December. So it's been months. So like I can't return it now because like it's past the return policy. So I kind of fucked myself over, and I'm stuck with a damaged product. But so yeah, it fucking sucks, and it ruined my whole experience. I was all excited to watch Castlevania again, and now I was just sad. But that's okay. At least I still have it on disc, I guess. It's fine. It's fine. Other than that, I beat Mucinex, the fucking game I was playing last week. I really enjoyed that. It had some awesome music. And yeah, highly recommend that. It's impossible on hard, but if you like music rhythm games, definitely check that out. I started Conan. I've been playing that with Jazz and Cody and Diz. And that game's actually a lot of fun. I was pretty positive it was going to be garbage, but I actually enjoyed that. And I'm still enjoying it, and it's fun.
When villages are buffets.
Well, it's fun when you're not having to start a brand new game every single time you go to play it because the server's either missing or reset. But it was free, so it's never fun.
Yeah.
But no, I mean it's free, so you know I can't really complain about those problems too much because I didn't pay for it. But it'd be nice if it functioned correctly. That'd be good. But yeah, that's about all I got going on. But yeah.
We should all have a movie night where we watch Frankenfish.
Or what the fuck was that movie called? Big Mama, Big Bad Mama.
Big Bad Mama, son.
We'll have to watch something like that. We'll have a horrible movie night where we watch the worst movies ever. It'll be great.
We can record a riff tracks for it.
There you go.
Let's watch the Resident Evil movies.
Mystery Ward Theater.
There's no bad
3000.
Resident. Oh, you're talking about fuck.
No, I don't mean the generation. And
I just had like no, because I was like, wait, the CGI movies are good, and I'm like, oh, those other movies exist.
Oh, you mean those other 8 movies?
No,
6, whatever.
I don't even want to know what they are.
Sean,
Yes.
you know how much I fucking waited to watch Vendetta with Diz?
Yeah.
And I finally bought it because it was like $10 or $8 at Walmart, and we watched it.
Uh-huh.
Like the week after it went on fucking Netflix.
It's okay.
like,
You should have that movie.
son of a-
You should own that movie. It's
Oh
good.
no, I'm glad I own it because I might like do something with it one day. But like
chop
I waited
it
so long,
into
and Netflix is like, heh.
I mean, you need to see Leon kill innocent people on the
Leon?
highway.
Did not like Leon in that movie.
What?
Really? Oh,
that was like the best part. Was Leon
think
and Chris like
Chris-
having a heart to heart?
No, but you don't
It-
understand. I don't like Chris, and they made Chris
Uh-oh.
the badass one, and they made
Well-
Leon just like, shut up, I'm fucking drinking beer.
Well, I think it's the irony because now they switch positions from Resident Evil 6, kind of
Yeah.
thing,
Right?
you know.
The
So-
best Resident Evil game.
And
They're
Rebecca's just
like,
I'm
we-
gonna go do everything. Fuck you guys.
We tried to do the drunk, rugged hero in Resident Evil 6, and it didn't work out. We need to try it again and do it right.
But with Leon.
But with Leon.
because everybody likes how
Because
actiony
no
he
one
is.
likes Chris. Because he punched that boulder and ruined his reputation.
I used to hate Leon, and then I don't know. I just
And then I redeemed him for you. You're welcome.
yes, you made him funny. You made him not a fucking idiot. You made him funny by
Aw.
being an idiot.
Wow. I mean,
Wow.
you're right.
He's the good kind of idiot.
He's the idiot that everybody deserves, but no one asks for.
Idiot
Okay, but
Redemption Part 2.
It still stings hearing, like, not Roger Craig Smith voicing that Chris with the way he looks.
Oh my god.
It throws me off every time.
That reminded me of something. I also, oh my god, I can't believe I forgot this. I also saw Batman Ninja, not Ninja Batman, Batman Ninja. And
There's a difference.
there is a difference.
What the hell is
And-
Batman?
It's fucking weird. And the reason that you reminded me of that is because Roger Craig Smith plays Batman in that, which is weird.
Batman Ninja?
Or yes. My bad. But
Not Christian
Bat.
Bale.
no, he was busy. No, he played Batman in Arkham Origins as well, so I was kind of used to it, but it's still kind of weird to hear that. But what a fucking weird ass movie that is. Like they get like the Batman cast, like all the Robins are in it. All of them, every single one simultaneously are in this movie, which is weird.
Even Burt Ward.
Wait, aren't there like two?
There's
Todd
like
and
4.
Jason, or Jason Todd and the other guy.
There's like 4 of them.
Dick.
Yeah, dick. But anyways, all the Robins, Alfred, Batman, and like all the villains get sucked into like some alternate dimension or the past or both, something. And they're in like the samurai times, and it's fucking the weirdest shit. Like, and that's not weird enough. There's a point in the movie where Robin via flute summons a bunch of monkeys who form together to become a giant monster monkey that fights like a giant mechanical, like Power Rangers giant mech robot thing.
Say no more.
That's formed of like Two-Face and Poison Ivy and the Joker and all the villains. Penguin. They form to make this mech that the giant monkey fights, and then somehow the monkey turns into a giant version of Batman, and they do battle. It's fucking weird.
You know,
That
like,
sounds very Japanese.
It is super Japanese, and
I
it's
just
very
kids
entertaining, but
sitting
wow.
there writing a letter like, you should make a movie of Batman where he has monkeys and you make Batman, and he's like saying the word Batman every 5 seconds.
Have you guys ever watched Batman Forever?
Nope.
Yes.
No.
Isn't it like one of the best like Batman animated
Is that
movies
the one with
ever?
Schwarzenegger and Uma Thurman and all that?
No,
You're not wrong.
no, not Batman. No, not. I'm talking about Batman Beyond. What the fuck am I? Not Batman Forever. Batman Beyond. The one where it's like the black Batman with the.
That's
red.
why when you said it's the best, one of the best animated
No,
Batmans,
no,
I was like, you fucking killed it. Yes.
No, Batman Beyond. The one
The
where
Kiss
like.
from a Rose.
On a dick.
Oh god.
That's the song, right?
Totally on the dick. Now you've ruined the song,
I'm
senpai. Now,
sorry.
every time I hear that, I have to go in the back of the house at my job to scream on a dick.
Do it. It
Wait,
must be
how
done.
would you?
Before
how
we
would a
move on,
rose
I have to point
kiss
out
you
too
on
that the monkeys,
The giant Batman.
on the rose.
they do
on the
things like like when they get hit by the giant mech, like they dodge, like the monkeys will move to like dodge the fist, and then they'll like reassemble, like all these crazy things that make no sense. You have to see it. I can't do it any kind of justice with words. Just do yourself a favor. Batman Ninja.
Not
Go
Ninja
see
Batman.
It. Not Ninja Batman. We don't want that shit. Batman
Shaun,
Ninja.
I'll be honest. I was like, oh wow, he didn't mention Batman, and then you were like, oh, I almost forgot. I fucking watched Batman, and I was like, oh no.
I got to keep it going.
This sounds like a good kind of Batman to watch because it's so horrible.
Yeah, it was gonna be a Batman free podcast, but I couldn't leave that out.
Batman
It's too
is everywhere.
important.
Here's the night.
Batman is
Watch
life.
Batman: The Clone Wars.
But yeah, the monkey.
Man in
Wars.
Well, yeah, the clones of Batman.
All right, we
like
are
close
running
up
super
sleeves.
over, so we need to push forward, everybody.
It's time for some news.
I have to go to work.
Time for some news.
Batman.
Batman.
So Resident Evil 2 remake becomes pay to win. Yay.
So I heard.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you can buy the infinite weapons that you would normally unlock.
You can now
Get the fuck out.
You can now pay to unlock everything in the game, including the fourth survivor, Tofu Survivor, all weapon unlocks, costumes, concept art, and infinite ammo weapon unlocks.
Get the fuck no.
DLC runs a whole $5 for those who
Fuck
are
you,
interested.
Capcom.
Only
Fuck
$5.
Only $5. I think this is really, really shitty. We talked about this last podcast, how people bitch and complain about accessibility and how hard games are, or how hard games are frowned upon. And like, this game already has an easy mode. Why the fuck is this needed? Like, what happened to earning things? You
Okay,
know?
can I take this for a sec? Because I have the best argument against this. Why this is complete fucking horseshit, and no fucking person can disagree with this.
Go for it.
Okay, here's what happens when you make shit like that cost money. They did it with Battlefield 3. They did it with like all these different games that was like $5 to unlock all the weapons, all the campaign shit, pretend you beat it. Okay, here's why that doesn't fucking work, all right? Let's say you're the type of person who's like, I don't have time to play games. I just want to unlock everything because I work 40 to 60 hours a week, and I just want to play these games and have fun with them. Here's what sucks. When you play these games, the game, like, when you play any game, like Resident Evil 2, Battlefield, it doesn't fucking matter. You playing the game is you learning the game, you getting better at it over time. When you unlock the weapons, like infinite pistol, infinite grenade launcher, by the time you unlock it, you don't need it. Because you've already proven to the game that you can beat it on its terms, be it like, if it's like hardcore to unlock it, or you've proven to the game that you've mastered it. Which means that the unlockable weapon is like a reward for you. It's like unlocking developers mode after you've beaten what the developers have. It's like going behind the scenes after, going through the trials of like something. It's like a rite of passage. So when you pay money for this shit, there's no point to you, like, one, you have nothing to be proud of. You have nothing to actually celebrate because you're not winning the weapon by, undergoing some feat. And secondly, it's useless. The infinite weapons don't make the game easier. They exist so you can fuck around with it and have fun without... Like, the point isn't to beat the game with these weapons. They were never designed to be, like, a way to make the game easier. They were designed as a reward and an incentive to initially get you to do whatever the hell you need to get them. So, no, there's no reason. It's like the only reason you do it is because you want to brag to your fucking friends, like, oh, I have this unlocked. How'd you unlock it? You beat the game, you're really good at it? No, I just paid for it.
Yeah, I spent $5.
My mom paid for
Fuck
the
you!
whole point of unlocking these things is, like, it's encouraging you to play the game more and to reward you for doing so. Like, if you're going to go through the game with an infinite rocket launcher, you might as well just go watch a Let's Play because you're not getting anything out of it. And so another problem is this shits on the people who put in the time and got skilled at the game to earn these benefits. Like, some of these unlocks require you to get an S+ rank on hardcore, which is really fucking hard.
Cool.
But for those who did it, they were rewarded. But in one fell swoop, Capcom took that fucking victory away from the people that earned that. It's like if you have like an MMORPG and you have like people spending hundreds of hours doing quests and earning money to acquire like high-end armor and weapons, and like it gets them more powerful and gives them like status in the game and stuff like that. And then you patch in a DLC where you can just buy all that shit in 5 minutes and then you're on the same level with those people. You're taking something away from those dedicated players in exchange for a few bucks for someone with some extra money that isn't invested in your game enough to be bothered to unlock it. Like, it's insulting. It ruins the fucking experience, and it takes something away from the dedicated people that enjoy that challenge. Because the challenge doesn't mean anything anymore.
It's like buying a fucking veteran medal for $20 off of some street vendor who made it, instead of actually like fighting a war and earning it. Because the medal isn't what you want.
It's like it devalues them having those medals for doing something that mattered, because now the fucking kid down the street has that medal because he paid $5 for it. It doesn't mean anything. And it's not even
anymore. It's not the medal that you want. When you unlock the shit, like, you don't want the gun. The gun isn't the point. The point is what you did to get it. It's a symbol. It's a journey. It's a reward at the end that you have earned the right to, like, be, like, God mode of the game.
Exactly. Yeah.
Sorry, that really pisses me off.
You're good enough that you can fucking destroy this game, so here's a tool that lets you fucking destroy everything with ease because you don't need it. So do what you want, have fun. And just having that, it's like trophies and achievements and stuff like that, and people that are committed to unlocking things like that. You unlock those because it means something. It's a badge of honor. Just like when you unlock things, it's the same thing. It's like, oh, you can show your friends or whatever, hey, look what I got because I did this. But if you go and pay $1 per achievement or something, or $5 for the hard achievements, what the fuck does that mean? It doesn't mean anything. it fucking ruins it. It breaks the importance of getting it, and it's fucked up. I hate it. I don't like it. Capcom has been doing a lot of good, and then they do shit like this, and I'm just like, come on. Like, you're so close to redemption, and then you do some stupid shit like this, and you make me hate you just a little bit more. Fuck.
I think, like, everything that's been said is hella fucking valid. There is definitely a nice feeling knowing that you've conquered the game. Like, just a few weeks ago, I just kind of did that with Yakuza kind of thing, Yakuza 0. Finally feeling like, oh man, I mastered the combat. I didn't have to resort to, like, dirty tactics like using this shotgun to, like, get through battles. No, I can handle the battles where I could just use what the game has given me without having to resort to cheap tactics, such as things. I've had, like, this, like, mixed bag of worms in regards to the, microtransactions to get a 1-up thing. I feel, it's when it's your first time going through the game, getting your shortcut is definitely not, like, as satisfying it as getting there properly. The only thing, like, I can sort of, like, be on a is when, say, like, you own the game on multiple platforms kind of thing. You're starting from scratch again. For some people who have already conquered the game, you may just want to be like, new game plus it, as opposed to starting from scratch. There's also, the flip side that if you're good enough, you can do it. You can go through the whole game on scratch, no problemo. So, but then there's also just people who want to just, I did it once, I don't need to do it again. So I see it as like people who take the temptation to just get to that shortcut without working for it. Yeah, shame on you. I see it as people who have already done so on one console and is playing it on another. It's like kind of understandable kind of thing. But yeah, that's just my personal take on it. In terms of new game plussing it, I can give a leeway to, but in terms of a shortcut, everything you guys just basically said is where I stand as well.
But if you,
I understand where you're coming. Oh, sorry,
if you, like, if you went through the game and you don't want to go through it again to unlock something, but you want to have it, like, that should just be tough shit. It's like, it's in there, you can get it, this is how you earn it. If you don't want to put in the time to do that, then it's not for you. It's there for the people that do want to do that want to hang on to the game and continue to play it, and because that game's important to them and they want to spend the time, and this is your reward for doing that.
I agree with that. I don't think that I understand the argument. That's like, let's say I beat Final Fantasy VII, which is like a 40-hour game on average. Let's say I beat that game on PS1, but I have it on Steam. I don't have my PS1 memory card, but I want to unlock, Knights of the Nine or some shit, or like quickly, catch up to where I was. What's the this kind of just goes back to like, what is the point of watching movies, listening to music, playing games? If the games are designed initially, not maybe nowadays it's games of a service, which is why it's such a difficult thing with those games. But games are designed as an experience, right? You go through the game, you learn the mechanics, you get good at them, you master them, whatever. It's a journey. It's like, there are things that are ridiculously hard. Like in FF7, it's like Emerald Weapon, Ruby Weapon. Like, they are designed to be fucktastically hard so that you have to push everything that the game taught you beforehand to get them. Much like when you have things in Resident Evil 2, to unlock like all the, like in the original Resident Evil 2, to unlock Tofu, you had to beat the game like 6 times with the fucking A rank.
Yeah.
It was crazy shit. That's why though, when you finally get to play as Tofu, it's like, it's special, and it's also like you like the game mode itself is really ridiculous. Like, I think it's like you use like a knife or something, you can only take like 3 hits. Yeah. It's designed so that you have like, it's like they know that you have like, it's like training for a marathon, right? It's like, I would compare it to training for a marathon in the sense that, let's say you could run a 5K in like, I don't know what, like 18, 17, 16 minutes when you were like 21. And now that you're like 35, you're like, well, I still want to run a 5K in that time, but I don't actually want to like put in the effort to train for that. Like, you'd be like, that's fucking crazy. Like, and I know it's like comparing, video games, whatever, but it's an experience. It's a journey. If you're going to like put it as like an artistic form of creative fun, and how to spend your time. And to do like, oh, I did it once, I don't want to go through that again. Well, yeah, tough shit. You don't want to achieve what you need to achieve to unlock it. You just want to pay for it. Like, anyone can pay for it. $5 is fucking nothing to be proud of. Like, fucking burger at McDonald's for $5. Like, it's just,
Yeah, if you don't want to spend the time, you don't deserve it. Like,
exactly.
When I got tricked by this, but it's still relevant. But with Resident Evil 2, there was like an April Fool's thing where you could unlock Akuma. And I was a dumb kid, and that was a new concept at the time, that, oh, we're gonna Photoshop these pictures and make you believe that something's in a game that isn't. So I didn't understand that at the time. But like, even if that were to be a thing now, and it's like, oh, you can unlock Akuma in Resident Evil 2, but you've got to go through the game, I think it was 6 times with an A rank, and you couldn't save, you couldn't use healing items and everything. And I did that because I wanted that. And I didn't get it because it wasn't real. But if that was a real thing, I would do that today to unlock that, because it's a cool thing to have. It's something that I can earn, and it's something that not everybody's going to get because they're not willing to spend the time. They're not willing to get good enough to unlock something like that. So it's something unique that I can earn for myself. And if they had that same thing, oh, you can go buy Akuma for Resident Evil 2 Remake for $5 or $10 or whatever, like, you're not going to enjoy and appreciate that content remotely as much if you buy it as compared to earning it. If you earn it, it's special and you appreciate it and it means something. But when you buy it, it's like, oh, well, I'll fuck around with this mode for 5 or 10 minutes, and then it's like, yeah, I'm done. Like, it takes the magic away from what it is. The whole point is earning it and getting something special and feeling rewarded. But apparently that's not important these days.
There's that meme that's been a thing I've noticed lately where it says, like, you cheated the game. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I actually just saw that. It was surrounding this news article, actually.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
There was so it's definitely just a matter of choice and a judge of character. But as I said, I totally 100% understand everyone's like side of like the journey over the destination, and there is still going to be that whole like new game plus thing. Probably for me, if I ever really wanted to get like Resident Evil 2 on the PC, most likely it would be for like parody purposes. I would need the tools to just get right then and there to get my footage or whatever. Because with the shit that I've done with like Resident Evil 6, like, it's ridiculous, and it wasn't going to be possible through like the normal means. Like, I had to use like a trainer. Like, I couldn't make Chris do Jake's kung fu without a trainer to change the programming of the game, so to speak.
That's vastly different, though.
That is definitely vastly different, but you know what I mean. It's like, if you have, some tools, I just need to make sure that I can get through. And in term, as I'm just speaking now, not as a gamer, but as a machinimer, it can help get through the experience without having to like worry about playing the game and worry more about the content. So that's probably what really roots my like split like opinion here. But yeah,
but that's really that's our unique problem. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That we have to overcome because of what we do. Who the fuck are we to say like you should take this away from the players who play this game for fun because we do machinima. That's not right. Just like we shouldn't take away people's ability to feel rewarded and earn these things and get this enjoyment from this game because we want it now and we don't want to put in the time. Like, you don't have the right to fucking do that.
Right.
And it's getting worse and worse. Like, fighting games, the whole point of fighting games, like the reason you would put time into a fighting game was either to get really competitive and learn the game and be really good at it, or it's to unlock the characters and the content and like you play through the story mode and you unlock characters and costumes and things like that. That's what you did, because going through the story mode in a fighting game takes 5-10 minutes, 15 minutes, something like that.
Learning several different fighter characters, like methods and styles.
Exactly. Like, that's the content that you want. It's in the fighters, it's in the costumes, it's in the unlockables. That's what keeps you coming back. But nowadays, you can't
Super
unlock that
Smash
shit.
Bros.
Wait, didn't they have something in Mortal Kombat where you can like buy easy fatalities where you just press
Yes.
X for like $1?
Oh,
Exactly,
yeah.
exactly, and that's
Oh, yeah.
garbage.
What the?
It
Because isn't the
ruins
point?
fatalities.
Yeah, isn't the point of a fate like I know it's some ridiculous combo, but like the whole point of it, right, was to be like, holy shit, this guy's really good. He knows how to execute this like 6, 7 button press thing. Like,
But now you don't know. It's like, oh, did he buy that, or is he good?
Oh, that's
You
even
know?
like the same thing you could say with like Mortal Kombat like 3, like in that time period, the Mortal Kombat trilogy, there used to be a hidden code in Mortal Kombat trilogy where you can have like an auto combo, like you would push amount of buttons and you'd be doing the 3 thing, or I think it was for fatalities actually. You hit a button and you did the
See,
easy
that's
fatality.
garbage.
see, but at
And-
least that's a hidden code. That's not like the developers going like, hey, you want what are you buying? Some fatalities.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, God, some
both
good
versions,
microtransactions.
both versions are gross. But yeah, the having to pay for it is definitely worse. I feel like it really affects fighting games because you have to buy all the costumes and buy the characters, and you don't unlock anything, and it ruins the fucking experience. And I think esports kind of padded that because people are playing more aggressively to be competitive, so they're not really looking at as much as they used to. But it's still something that I feel is important, especially for the people that aren't looking to be super duper, high tier competitive. They want to go in and spend some time with this fighting game that they bought by unlocking things and getting new content. And you shouldn't have to pay for that shit. You should, we go back to saying, you appreciate those things. Like you appreciate you appreciate the characters you unlock and the costumes more when you earn it. It means more, and it's better that way. It's more enjoyable. When you buy it, you're more likely to just mess around with it for a few minutes and then move on because it has no meaning. It has no greater purpose. You didn't earn it. It didn't take any time or effort.
Yeah.
What was the Super Sean? I remember you were telling us like a month ago you were doing dailies for a Super Street Fighter game, and you said it would take like $10,000 real time to unlock all the costumes for that one game.
Oh yeah, so Street Fighter. So when
you can earn the currency like by playing the game, but then you can buy it.
So when you win a match in Street Fighter 5, you get, what is it? I think it's either 50 or 60 currency. It costs 100,000 currency to buy a character. One character. That's fucking bullshit.
Yep.
And then that gives them the right to be like, oh, well, if you play it enough, you can unlock everything in the game without spending money. Fuck off. Yeah, I can do that if I spend my entire life playing that game to slowly unlock these characters over years of play. That's not realistic. It's really fucking grimy to make that statement that you can unlock all the characters in the game by just playing it when you clearly need to spend money realistically.
There's the flip side of like the journey and destination thing right there. Right?
Yeah. Like that takes that away too. It's like, sure, you can earn it, but by the time you finally earn that character, you're probably pissed off. It's like, yeah, I had to play this so much and grind out all this money to finally get this character, and it's just gross now. It's stupid.
Real kick in the dick.
It really is. It's so fucking stupid.
I think that's just gonna come. Yeah.
We need to move on.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that to drag out so much. So next up, Remothered finally gets a sequel. I don't know if you guys have played this, but the next title in the series will be called Remothered Going Porcelain, which is very weird. And it was announced at the Italian Game Awards. Apparently the announcement came with a trailer, but I couldn't find it anywhere, so I don't really know what it looks like. But Remothered 2 is set to release sometime next year. If you guys haven't played the first one yet, definitely check it out. It's a really solid clock tower kind of esque survival horror game.
I remember now.
Yeah, it's very old school style, but it's done really well. It's creepy and like it doesn't look super amazing, but the graphics are good enough that like we were talking about before. If you kind of struggle to get into a game that isn't graphically appealing, like it's good enough that it still maintains that creepy atmosphere, even though it's kind of like a budget title in a way. It looks like a really polished PS2 game with like a current gen lighting system, kind of, in a way. It's hard to explain, but it's good. It's a fun game.
Okay. I think I remember taking interest into that. Would you say it's definitely holding that clock tower
Oh
vibe?
yeah, 100%. It's the most clock tower game I've ever played outside of Clock Tower.
Like the classic clock tower, or like
Yes.
Clock Tower 3?
Or no, Clock Tower 3.
Okay, so so that should be something very familiar for me.
Is that the one for PS2 that has like the boss battles have like bars and be like judgment level, like something like House of the Dead 2?
Freaking arrows at them, bro. Yeah, it's extreme. It was also very difficult.
Say what you want, but the original Clock Tower for SNES still freaks me the fuck out.
With all reason.
They're all good. But yeah, if you've been looking for a new Clock Tower-esque game, definitely check it out. It's really good. Hopefully they release the console version at the same time, day and date this time, because the original took about 6 months for it to make it from PC to console, so that was kind of shitty. But yeah.
Shaun, I want to ask.
Oh, go ahead.
For all the viewers out there who don't know of this game, Haunting Grounds. It's like $120. Is it worth?
Yes.
Okay. That's all I want to ask.
It's so good. Rule of Rose? Nope. Haunting Ground for sure. It's super good.
Did you actually manage to get around to getting that?
Oh yeah, I bought it when it came out, and I held on to it.
Oh, you managed to get a hold of it. Okay, I'm still looking.
Yeah, I fucking love that game.
Okay, yeah.
So
I managed to get the Haunting Ground when it was still like $20 or whatever before everyone made it.
Oh, are you talking about Rule of Rose?
No, I have not found Rule of Rose yet, but for Haunting Ground, I managed to buy it back in 2010,
Oh,
and
okay.
they didn't have it at ridiculous prices as they do now, but it's still worth it.
Yeah, it's really good. It's one of the better survival horror games out there for sure, especially as far as like non-combat focused ones.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be.
I think you'll appreciate this, but the way I discovered all like survival horror games like around 2007, 2008, which is when your Days of Our Lives stuff was coming out.
Oh, the best.
And yeah,
The golden
and the
age.
way I discovered Haunting Grounds was that cutscene where like Leon pulls the lever in the Garrador cage. And I saw that cutscene where it's like a bunch of eyeballs spitting out like the shit, and I googled that for like a day, and I finally found it. I was like, holy shit.
That's funny. Yeah, eventually one day I'm still going to do a machinima for it. I was going to do one around the same time that I did Days, but it just didn't pan out, unfortunately, with Damon passing away and stuff like that. But eventually I do want to go back and bring that back, because we were going to do some really silly shit with that. And just the cutscenes in that game have a lot of potential for just ridiculous stuff.
Oh yeah, that and fucking Clock Tower 3.
Yeah,
Wow.
for sure.
Intensely animated they are.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's also on my spood list. Can't wait.
Nice.
Yeah.
So much to do, so little time. It's the worst.
So much to do, so little time. Support my Patreon.
I know, patreon.com/thewordproductions and / what the fuck is yours?
Darker Bridger EX.
There you go. Go now. Support.
Help me quit my job.
Support Machinima. Next up, PSN ID changes are now live. Your PSN ID can be changed via PS4 or PC only. You cannot change it on PS3 or Vita. The first name change can be done for free. Additional changes will cost $9.99 after that, or $4.99 for PS Plus members. So first time you can change it for free. Second time it's going to cost you money.
That's a straight carryover
Xbox
from
did that
Xbox
too.
Live.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
Xbox has been doing it forever.
I mean, sometimes you regret being called XX Dark Lover XX XD.
XX My Chemical Romance
Speaking of,
fan 1998.
Now, before you go on getting all excited about changing your gamer tag from Fabulous White Boy 69 to Eminem Fan _13, there are some important things to know.
Oh.
PS3 and Vita games do not support the ID change at all. All games, including PS4 games, published prior to April 1st, 2018 will not support the ID change. Changing your PSN ID can result in loss of paid content access, game progression, trophy progress, in-game currency, and more. This can happen across all platforms, including PS3, Vita, and PS4, and can occur on titles that do support the ID change as well.
That's like a bank telling you that if you want to transfer your money, you can potentially lose everything.
Exactly, including your house.
Yeah.
So they say if you do encounter issues, you can revert back to your original ID through PlayStation support, but the loss of content or access to content can be permanent.
Oh my god.
So if you choose to do this, which you should not, make sure that you weigh the cons, because they are pretty severe.
So what's the benefit? Like, it's like, best case scenario, you get your name changed. Worst case scenario, you lose everything you've ever bought.
Yes.
Let me just change my name from Dante to Mike. All right. Like Shaun said, we'll take your house. But we'll leave you the door.
Yeah, exactly. So you can leave the door. It's fine.
What if you could, like, fucking change your name with the government and be like, all right, but it may result in identity theft as well as bankruptcy, credit score loss, and
everything that was with your previous name, that might not be you anymore. You went from Dante to Mike.
We gave it to another Dante in, like, San Guantanamo.
And I love, too, that, like, they're like, oh, well, I mean, you can revert back to your old username, so don't freak out, but it might be permanent.
That's great.
It's like, so now you fucking changed your name, you fucking ruined a bunch of your games, and then you went back, and they're still ruined. Great. Thanks. That was worth it.
You put the original name tag on, but all you still have is the door. We still haven't brought you back your house.
Yeah.
Someone else has it.
And maybe a window, you know?
Maybe a window. Well, you got to hang it up somehow.
Exactly. I mean, clearly you get the door frame too. So let's not blow things out of proportion.
Get a little creative
fucking
here.
Ridiculous. So Sony's fucking insane. I mean, if this is the solution, they should have just been like, "Hey, look, guys, we can't do it, and this is why. Don't do this." Because another part of this too is like, this is bad enough if you're informed, but you know that not everybody's going to read through the terms and conditions and read the news articles. They're just going to be like, oh, I can change my name? Click, boom, done, awesome. Oh, my game doesn't work? What the fuck? And then they're going to flood Sony with all these complaints because they didn't understand. And guess what? Tough shit. There's nothing they could do. Some of this shit is permanent. So you're fucked. So they're going to piss off a ton of people.
But hey, for $5.99,
you don't have to play Resident Evil 2.
Oh my god.
Gaming in 2019 is the best.
Yeah, man. Gotta make that money somehow.
Jazz, are you alive?
Yes.
I don't hear you breathing. Are you okay?
I breathe through my ears.
Oh, good. I mean, how else would you breathe?
I mean,
through your ass?
yeah.
Just stick a straw in there.
What's that whistle?
That's called farting. It smells like cheese. Oh, no!
Well, to be fair, if you inhale E. coli, you're gonna
fart.
Well, you're gonna fart, but you're gonna have a lot of bacteria that's probably gonna eat you alive from the inside.
While you're farting.
You're gonna eat cold die.
So you'll die laughing.
Yeah, see, it's fine. And you can die in your doorway that you still have.
What if that was a thing? Seriously, like if they're like, we're gonna take everything away except the door and the living room carpet, and you're like, all right.
And you can keep your bank account, but there's no money in it.
So you pay $25 a month for the. Okay, really short rant. Isn't it bullshit how banks charge you for not having money? Isn't that kind of an oxymoron?
Right. It's like, we know you don't have the money to give to us, but now you're gonna have to give us more money because of that. Wait, what?
It's like Capcom with their investing. Anyway.
Yeah, so Ubisoft bends the knee again.
Oh.
Recently, Ubisoft was under fire over Assassin's Creed Odyssey. In the game, you're allowed the freedom to play your character straight or gay as you prefer. The direction of the story ultimately led you into a path that saw your character having a child via a heterosexual relationship that played some significance to the story. This was quickly followed by an outcry in the LGBTQ plus community about devalidating their character. Though this was obviously never their intention, they made a public apology and are making corrections to this issue in some form in the future DLC for the game. Now, apparently a player of the Division 2 has come across a homophobic slur in the game that was identified on some graffiti. The slur is said to be located on the badge of a police officer, written in leet speak as FA6607, which they deemed is translated to faggot. It's unknown as to the intended meaning of the artwork or whether it's intended to lambast police or something else. Now, because this is being labeled as homophobic and offensive, Ubisoft had the artwork removed and issued an apology. Okay.
I think it's a little bit more than bending the knee. That's like spreading your asshole.
Pretty much. So, as I've stated before, I'm completely indifferent to anyone's sexual preference or how one chooses to identify. You know, you do you, live your life, be happy, whatever. But this shit is fucking out of hand. We're talking about an art asset on a random wall, on a random building, in a video game, of a police officer with a badge number that has letters and numbers on it. You don't know the meaning of what those letters are, or what the letters and numbers are. You know, just because you interpret something in a certain way, like, that doesn't make it fact. You know, I could understand if they found out someone specifically or maliciously put something homophobic or offensive in the game, but we don't even know what that shit is or what it means, if anything. It probably doesn't mean shit. But based on someone's individual interpretation, it's being deemed offensive, and now they have to remove it? That's ridiculous. So, what if I identify as a dog? Or I worship a dog as part of my religion, and that's what I choose to do. Does that give me the right to demand that dogs are treated accordingly with respect, or that dogs need to be removed from the game? No! That's unreasonable. Like, what happened to freedom and expression? We're so afraid of public perception that we're not even standing up for our basic rights and freedoms, even when it comes to clearly absurd things like this. Like, how do you guys see this? Like, what's some of your perspectives on this?
I don't know about morally, but I just found out that that's a hexadecimal code for the color orange. So if you have a problem, you know what I'm talking about? Those 6 decimal things for colors? FA.
Uh-huh.
So
it's racism against orange people.
Yeah.
See, well, no, because they're not even getting it right.
It's the hexadecimal code for if you want to put orange in like an HTML page. So
okay.
I don't know, man. We're reaching an interesting point here.
I have a general just like freedom of belief. It's very similar to what Shaun Senpai basically said, and it's highly expressed as one of my rules. Like, believe whatever you want to believe, you know? You want, like you said, you want to believe you're a dog, you want to worship a dog, you know, that's great. Like, you know, live your life, freedom. But don't try to like start enforcing your beliefs or starting to like get in the way of people's lives with said beliefs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's also that little thing I found last night, that little picture I posted right there. It's, you know.
Can I ask?
Yeah.
Sorry. Can I ask though? Like, here's what I am of this same opinion as Shaun's. I don't care who you are. Be happy. Live your life. You know, don't be a cunt. You know, all the George Carlin kind of principles. But like, here's what I don't get. It's a game about killing each other in like this like terrorist like militia kind of shit thing. It's going back to that RE2 article, right? It's like, where's the compassion in this zombie apocalypse? Where is my acceptance for gays or people of whatever in this like killer be killed like wasteland of a city? Fucking like, I don't understand. Like, you have a problem with like a word, but you don't have a problem with like cops killing people and each other. Like, that's the game. Like, that's like people who say like, oh, I don't like seeing like terrible shit. Like, I don't like movies that like portray rape or murder. I'm like, these are things that convey a story. They make a point. The reason murder and terrible acts of human atrocities are used in literature, in movies, in games, is to convey the point of whatever they're trying to tell you. You can't be like, oh, this game has this, that means it's offensive. Yeah, some games you shoot a person in the head. A black guy saves you and then dies from a zombie wound. Damn, those unethical zombies killing people. Am I right? Like, what the fuck? Like,
Hey, did you know that Resident Evil 5 is racist?
Oh no! What was the first clue?
killing Spanish people's all right in Spain, but
Yeah,
killing
exactly.
Africans in Africa, oh, that's a step too far.
Well, if Chris was
Well,
black,
you're
it'd
gonna
be
kill
fine.
an African.
Yeah, if Chris was no, but I remember
Africa to kill people. Might as well
Someone-
kill African.
someone made a great point saying Black Panther is the first celebrated black on black crime movie.
Oh my god. That's great. But yeah, this is fucking just ridiculous. Like, even so, if that police officer's badge said something like faggot or something, obviously, you know, there's no denying what it is. Sure, you know, complain. But even then, it's potentially debatable, because what if that graffiti is done by the villains of the game and their dynamic is they're racist and they're trying to bring down the system, whatever that may be. What if it's relevant to what they're trying to artistically portray in the story? Then at that point, it should be a conversation and it should be an understanding. This is why we're doing that. This is why it's here. But to just go in and be like, oh, well, that's in this language it means this, or in elite speak it means that, or whatever. Like, you're looking for reasons to fucking whatever, pursue your agenda, or just reasons to complain or whatever. And it's damaging the game, and it's creating this developer to spend time and money to go in and remove this thing. And, you know, that sucks for whoever created that asset. You know, what if that was your thing? You know, you did the art, and your reason for that was completely legitimate, you know? Like, it wasn't racist or homophobic or whatever. This was an artistic thing you did, and you put some numbers and letters in there because there has to be a badge number because it's a cop. And you're proud of this, and it's in the game, you know, you've accomplished something. And now you have to remove it because some asshole says that it's racist or that it's homophobic? Who the fuck is this person to say that? You know, just because they interpret it that way, that's fact? Fuck off. That is so ridiculous.
I would love to see what a game that fulfills all of the like diversity, sensitivity requirements of every fucking organization ever would look like.
It would be
It's an E-rated game.
We can't even use swastikas in games anymore because it's offensive, even when it's relevant to the story.
World War II game.
Exactly.
Like, what the fuck?
It's getting out of control. And the biggest problem about this too is that nobody's standing up and saying, "Hey, this is fucking ridiculous. This was not our intention. If you feel offended by this, you know, we apologize for that, but that was not our intention." It's not going anywhere because it's not wrong. We're not doing anything wrong. The end. Like, why? Yeah, why do we go in and just make all these accommodations? Like, we're setting the wrong expectation. You know, we're allowing this kind of thing to happen. And if we continue to just allow this to be the way things are, it's just going to get worse.
I think it's also funny because going back to the swastika thing, the reason that Call of Duty World War II, which is the game that they took out swastikas but iron crosses instead, which, oh, you're so fucking, you know, PC. Huh?
They should do upside down crosses instead.
Yeah. Fucking Black Sabbath. No, but like the reason they did that in multiplayer was because they wanted to sell their game in Germany, which in Germany swastikas are outlawed. Germany's like very politically like tense about a lot of shit. So they're like, we want to make more money, so we want to sell it in Germany, so we'll take out the swastika so it's, you know, financial, you know, you can buy it in Germany. Here's the problem. The people who complain, this goes back to the whole like feminism and video games and all that shit. The people who complain about all this shit are not the ones who are going to be buying your game. The people who are complaining,
100%.
the people who are sitting there nitpicking like, oh, this game is oppressive, this game is, they are not the people who are going to be paying and giving you money for the game. They are people who are on the sidelines, who I truly believe it is, you need something to complain about, you need something to fuel your agenda, because there's so little shit nowadays to go off on. Like, you cannot make an argument that America is this oppressive, evil place. You cannot. Historically, you cannot sit here and tell you in the right mind that, oh, America's such a terrible place with all this racist and evil shit. There are institutions that are bad, sure, but it's just such a low bar for what is construed as racism nowadays, or sexism, or homophobia, that you need to pick at everything you can. So when you find shit like this, like you find a fucking number in a game about killing people and be like, oh, this is homophobic, like, yes, this is more on the line of what is offensive in a game than the fact that you are playing a game where cops shoot people and there's the whole narrative is like about corruption and shit. Like, it's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. To me, the worst part is that we're not standing up to it. You know, like, it's bad enough that it's happening, but the fact that we're agreeing to it, we're like, yeah, okay. That's fucking sad.
I think they're just afraid.
Stand your ground. They are. They're a business. They want to make money. They want to do whatever it takes to make that money, because that's why they're there. And they also, in today's society, they don't want to be blown the fuck up on the internet. You know, they don't want to be attacked and have organizations coming at them and like all these things. Like, they don't want to be put in that situation, so they're just like, oh, well, it's easier just to say okay. And that's really fucked up.
There was an Uber driver that I met that he got accused for being under the influence, when I've read this guy multiple times. He's not under the influence. At best, he smokes a cigarette. That's it. But it wasn't. But on the drug test, he was perfectly fine. But ultimately, they just let him go because of this one person who thought he was under the influence while driving. And it all just goes back to the whole, like, a corporation would rather protect its own butt than stand up and be like, no, you're crazy. A customer just has to always be right, even when you're fucking wrong.
Unfortunately, that's just a product of capitalism. And I know I'm not against capitalism. I understand it's whatever, but that's what's going to happen. The bottom line is always going to be more important than, you know, if you are replaceable, if it's easy to just be like, I don't care who's right. If we let this person go, everyone will shut the fuck up and it'll blow over. They're going to do that.
Expendability.
Yeah. And clearly this isn't going to change, because, like, with the whole Assassin's Creed Odyssey thing, like, if they're not willing to say anything to the point where they're going to change the direction narratively where the story is going to avoid conflict, I mean, there's no hope. That's a lot of effort, and they're spending more money to go in and redo things and rewrite things and make all these alterations just to accommodate the vocal majority, or not even majority, the vocal not minority. What am I looking for here? Just the shitheads that are trying to stir up shit for no reason. That are looking, like you said, they're looking for ways to push their agenda, and they're vocal about it. Like, they're gonna win just because they don't want to deal with this shit. Because that's evidence of it there. Like, they're spending money, they're reallocating resources to accommodate these demands. Regardless of how unreasonable they are, they're willing to do these things to avoid whatever, missed sales, conflict, social media pressure, whatever it is. It just, it's not good. Like, where's it going to stop?
I have a really good evil idea.
What's that?
Combining what we talk about.
Burn down Ubisoft?
Well, that's one of them. No, here's what there needs to be a way to use this whole racism, homophobia shit to get them to release physical fucking copies of games.
I like it. I'm ready.
Be like, why is my copy of Spyro not come with all 3 games on physical copy? Are you homophobic? You think gay people won't play? They're like, okay, we'll put everything on disc.
Is it because I'm white? Huh?
It can be done if it's that easy with, like, other means. I think use it for the right reasons. I don't fucking care. Call them anything, but if the reasons are right at that point, like, if we can do that as a consumer, being like, hey, physical copies come back as homophobic not to.
All All right, let's move forward. Goddamn video games.
It's almost 3:00. Jesus Christ.
I know we're running way longer than I had planned. We still have things to do, but I think we'll skip that news article because it's garbage.
Those are the best ones.
Well, we'll go through it real quick. Epic Store continues to gain steam. Ha 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 ha. Get it? They keep acquiring exclusives. That they got Borderlands 3, Control, The Outworlds, Metro Exodus, and The Division 2, and they keep getting more and more exclusive games to their store. And it's just kind of dividing the platforms, the way that you consume digital PC gaming, because a lot of people are so invested over the time with Steam that they have large libraries and they rely on having features and achievements and things like that and everything streamlined. So like it's inconvenient for them to have to go to another platform to get a game or two games or whatever. It's another application they have to download and worry about. And, where's my game? Is it on the Epic Store? Is it in Steam? So it's just kind of frustrating from a consumer standpoint. And it just seems to get worse and worse. And there's a debate going on that, Epic's being anti-consumer. And I mean, I can see that. I'm not really a PC gamer myself, so it doesn't really affect me. But just like being an outsider looking in on what's happening, I can totally understand the frustrations there. Are you guys like primarily, or do you guys do a lot of PC gaming where this is kind of something you've been watching?
No.
I want to say something about the Epic Store because I'm a PC gamer, but I just want to say, one, the publishers who are trying to push the Epic Game Store, you are signing the death wish for your fucking game. That's my first statement. Secondly, Epic Game Store, one, no reviews because reviews are fucking trolling. Go fuck yourself. No forums because you don't want people to harass the developer. Go fuck yourself. That's it.
I didn't even know this existed until now. That's how not that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, there's this store called Ethics, huh? Okay.
Yeah, it's essentially turning the PC market into the console market, where you've got multiple platforms, and they have exclusives. Not everything's going to be just on one thing, and you can buy whatever game you want, and it's all going to be accessible through your one interface. You're going to have multiples. But at least you don't have to buy a $300 system for it.
Why?
No, but
it's my physical reaction right now.
Okay, I'm not supporting people. Like, when people review bomb games, I think that's stupid. I think that's the wrong way to go about it.
It doesn't accomplish anything.
It doesn't, but to punish everyone, to punish anyone willing to have a conversation or to give their opinion or viewpoint on a game by just saying, like, there's too many trolls who harass people. Reviews are just trolling. So no forums, there is no consumer voice whatsoever on our platform that is designed to sell a product to a consumer. That is fucking crazy. Why would anyone prefer that? Especially when there is an alternative that has all of that. Why would anyone ever choose the other one?
Yep. Because those developers want that money.
I didn't mean to be like that.
They want that higher split because they make more money. They get to keep more money through distribution when they go with Epic over Steam. So they're just basically like, oh, well, I mean, fuck the consumer. It's more money for us. But guess what?
Less money because less copies sold.
Yeah, exactly. The joke's on you because you might be getting a bigger revenue split, but the pie is going to be smaller because less people are going to be buying your game. Dumbass. Oh, well, whatever. PC gaming, it's stupid.
Do you feel sympathy for them? Do you think it's like a legitimately earnest effort to try and push this, or
who, Epic?
Yeah.
No, I think they're in the wrong. I don't think they should be doing this. Like, I want them to be there. I want them to be a competitor to Steam and a new platform, but I think they shouldn't be doing this exclusive bullshit because it's making it more complicated for the consumer, where you should be trying to make things easy for the consumer. Like give them the option to buy on either platform as you want, and bring people over to your platform by offering features. Do sales more often. Partner with the developers to get better deals. Do things that Steam isn't doing. Build a better community. Build better tools. Whatever. Be better at cross-platform gaming and making that a thing. And there's other ways to draw people to your platform than, oh, you can only get it through us. Because in this situation where you have something like Steam that's been around for fucking over a decade, and there's so many people using Steam and there's so many games on there, and you're just trying to rip people away from that, that's not the right thing to do. You're just going to piss these people off by making things more complicated than they need to be. And there's no benefit to switching, because the only benefit is for the developers and the publishers who are getting a better split. They're getting more money. The consumer isn't getting anything other than, I have to download this new app and juggle 2 platforms. How is that appealing?
Are you aware of Good Old Games, GOG?
Mm-hmm.
You know why it's so... They get sometimes, but do you know why they are so... they make a lot of... Do you know why they're so successful?
I used to know. Isn't it something to do with the licensing or?
Yeah, there is no DRM whatsoever. You literally can rip you get like a RAR file of the ISO or whatever for the game, and you can rip it onto a DVD. You can install it 100 times.
So you own it.
Yes, you literally own the exe file. No DRM whatsoever. No codes. No bullshit.
See?
And
Boom,
they have Yes, and I recently found out. I just want to, because PC gaming. You can actually take your Steam keys for some games, like let's say you have Dead Space 2 and you get a Steam key, like there's an actual key that pops up when you boot it on Steam. You can take that code and put it on GOG, and you can own it on GOG as a DRM.
Oh shit, I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
See, that is the perfect scenario right there. I'm glad you brought that up, because that's exactly what they should have done. Been like, hey guys, in a world where you don't own your digital copies, come to us and own it. That's fucking appealing. It has value. You have a reason now for people to switch platforms and move over to you, and you're not the bad guy. You're the hero. That's how you do it. But yeah, that's all we got for news. Hey, Jazz.
Hello.
You know what time it is?
Nap time?
No.
Bath time?
Yes.
Bath time.
Batman time.
It's been about a month, so
gross.
It's time for... What the fuck is that from?
Yeah.
We don't have a noise.
Oh yeah, we got a... what's the jingle? Theme song. Copyright.
What is that from?
Perfect.
So, I'm going to go over the rules because we do have a new person, Dante.
And for the viewers...
No, fuck that. They can go back and look at the last episode.
What?
They should already know the game.
Previously on the Wardcast.
So, what the fuck is that from? Is a game where I will read everybody a quote from one of S.D. Perry's Resident Evil novel books. Right. And only the ones that are like written from the game. And you have to guess which game it's from. If you guess it right, you get 5 points. If you guess it wrong, you lose 5 points, and you can go in the negatives because everybody's in the fucking negatives. If you don't want to answer and risk losing points, you can pass it to somebody else. If you pass it to somebody else, they have to answer who said the line, not which game it's from. They have to say who said it. And then you both get 3 points. And if they decide, or 2 points, sorry, I don't know math.
Math is hard.
If they get it right when they say who said the line, example, you're almost a Jill sandwich, and you're like, I don't fucking know where that's from, so you pass it to Shaun, and Shaun says, oh, Barry said that. Good job. He gets 2 points, you get 2 points. If he's wrong, you both lose 2 points. But if he gets it right, he can also say who the line was spoken to. And then he would get an extra 3 points. Just him, though. And yeah, those are the
Brad Vickers said that line right? The sandwich line?
He was talking to the helicopter.
I love that scene. It's my favorite.
Yep. Who wants to go first?
You know what? Nick can go first.
Oh, God. I'm terrible at this. Okay.
Nick is sitting at -5 points and has been for a while now.
Yeah. All right,
So
let's
see if
do
we
it.
can change that up. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
So here's your line. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have just left you like that. After all you've done for me, I at least owed you the truth.
Ooh.
You also get 30 seconds to answer.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, wait.
Umbrella Conspiracy.
What?
The first book. The first Resident Evil 1.
I didn't say which book it's from. I said which game, but you're wrong anyways.
God damn it. Which game is that from?
It's from Resident Evil 2. Ada, after Leon got shot. He's like,
I
my
thought
bad.
that was Chris, or I thought that was Barry to Jill or something.
Nope, you're wrong.
Wow.
Rejoins the game after months and loses 5 points.
Oh yeah, people in the comments, write your answer and then say if you were right
I
or
already
wrong.
fucking know the answer.
Yeah, they just heard it.
Well, no, I mean like going forward. Anyway.
Nick, who goes next?
Shaun, because he's not going to lose. He's memorized
Are you
books.
shitting me? I've lost
He loses
almost every time.
Alright, well, we'll go to Shaun.
I got what, 2?
You got -2.
No, but I
And
got
you're
2
actually
right.
winning. Yeah. That's why you're winning. Actually, Cody's winning.
I'm the biggest loser.
Shaun, are you... No, Shayla is. Are you
Oh,
ready?
you're right. I'm ready.
Okay. We know what we're up against now. If we use a little common sense, we'll be fine.
That could be anything.
Exactly.
Fuck.
27
And it's the
off.
first 3 games? Or
It's just one of the... No, there's more than 3. There's
4?
0, 1, 2, 3, Code
Oh,
Veronica.
fuck.
We have like 10 seconds.
I'm gonna pass to Nick.
Alright, Nick.
Can
who
you
said
repeat
that?
the quote?
Yeah, here comes the quote. And remember, don't answer the game, but who said it. So the quote is, we know what we're up against now. If we use a little common sense, we'll be fine.
Fuck.
Sorry, Nick.
Leon?
Nope.
RE2? I don't know.
Nope, that was RE1.
Oh, that yeah, I switched it. I fucked myself because I was gonna be like, sounds like RE1, but I know you would probably. I don't know.
Nope, so you both lose 2 points.
Damn it, Nick.
Which, which leaves, last but not least, Dante.
Good luck, bro.
Jesus Christ.
You got this.
Literally,
Be
like
brave.
this is so intimidating. I didn't get either of those 2 either.
Yeah.
Well, here's your chance to redeem the other guys.
No, don't do
Are you
it.
ready for this?
No.
Here's
Wait,
your
can
vote.
we have a stake where all of us get 10 points if he gets it?
Nobody gets a stake. Let's go.
I'd like
Oh,
to double
here's your-
down on a bet.
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
Next person to interrupt me loses 10 points.
Wow.
You just interrupted me. Kidding. Alright, so here's your line, quote thing. It was closed before. Doesn't make sense that it would lock after we came through. I can't read.
So you're saying this is between Resident Evil 0 through...
Code
Through
Veronica.
Code Veronica. Just like 0, 1, 2, 3, Code Veronica.
Okay.
Do you want the quote again?
Yes, one more time.
Okay. It was closed before. Doesn't make sense that it would lock after we came through.
That's definitely not 1.
I think I know.
It's definitely not 2. I think it's gonna be 3. Resident Evil 3.
No.
It's Code Veronica, isn't it?
It was a Billy quote. I gave you a Billy quote.
Oh, damn.
Because you're Billy.
Oh, why would you?
Wait, where? When?
So I don't know. At some point, they go through a door and it locks
At
behind
some
No
them.
point
shit.
in Resident Evil, they go through a door.
I
That's
don't read-
bullshit.
Listen, I don't read the actual part of the book. I just find a quote and look who said it and write it down.
Damn.
That's two.
The bare minimum.
Like you open the book, the virus. All right, who said it?
Somebody was just like, "Holy fuck!" and I was like, "That's gonna be the quote for Shaun."
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh my
so,
god.
Shaun, you're now at -4. Sorry.
I just gained some ground last episode.
It's okay. You're still winning.
Fuck.
other
Now
than
you're
coding?
underground.
Oh, which
Damn
is
it.
one of the books. Oh no, that's Underworld. My bad.
Close enough.
And that's the game. Wow, wow, wow.
Yay! Terrible job, everyone. Woo!
Next time on Who Wants to Be a Dead or in
Who wants
Dead?
to be a dick?
Next time on Everybody Fucking Loses.
Except me.
Next time on Context Matters with Resident Evil.
Speaking of losing, let's go over some updates.
What did you lose?
Are we losers?
I don't know where I was going with that, but forced segue, right?
Yeah.
I finally got the unboxing video uploaded for the box that Alex sent me. So I just have to tweak a couple things and update the store, and then
Was
I
it a
can
loot box?
post that. Kind of, because I didn't
Did
know
you
what
pay
was in it.
$1.99 for it?
Okay, you're gonna have to stop asking questions and go watch his video.
Exactly. There you go. But
He's
yeah,
just baiting you.
I'm still pretty much in the same spot as last week as far as Days episode 13 is concerned.
nowhere.
Pretty much. Well, not no. Fuck you.
Oh shit!
I'm.
You're at 13. I thought you were at 14.
I will kill you.
Okay, there might be something
I
in the
will kill
box. Ignore it.
God damn it. I'm expecting some more lines to be turned in anytime now, and I'm just kind of finishing up a couple tweaks here and there with the audio and the editing. So hopefully it isn't too far off. I need to get Dante's lines as well. I'm still trying to hold out on any recasting, but there's still potential for that to happen. But nothing's finalized. I'll let you guys know what's going on when I know. I'm probably going to be doing a couple more Let's Plays again, just to kind of fill in some silence between the machinima content so the channel's more active. And I'm also working on a few smaller projects, machinima things that I can hopefully turn around relatively quickly, just to get more consistent machinima stuff going. But nothing to announce just yet. And that's pretty much all I got. Jazz, what do you have going on?
I have a lot going on.
Wow.
Yesterday I did 5 stores and got a whole bunch of Canadian things, and I sent it to Shaun. So hopefully
Yay.
that's another unboxing video coming
Yeah.
of good Canada goods that hopefully won't get banned at the border.
Oh no.
Or
Is there drugs inside?
Shh, shh, no spoilers. Maybe.
It's inside the maple syrup.
And then I worked not a lot on my secret video, but I did work on Degeneration.
I like how
I
you
know.
phrase that too, how you start with I worked to make
I
it seem
worked.
like you did a lot.
I worked,
and then it
not
turns
a lot.
into not a lot.
I worked
Well played.
I worked a little bit on that project, but not a lot. But I did work on Irrelevations, and I got back to where I was before
Oh, good.
I lost everything. And then just to say I added some, I put a dot at the end of a quote.
Oh my god.
Shut the fuck up.
Progress, 1 dot.
And I've been working on I'm trying to do like an intro for my YouTube if I start to play. So I've been putting a whole bunch of compilations of videos together where I'm basically just swearing.
You're not going to use your other one? Your
Oh, that's
other
for
intro?
like Let's Plays.
Then what?
Well, like that's my Let's Play intro, but I want to do a little bit like of a I don't know. I'm having fun doing compilations, and I don't want to download all of your videos to do it, so I'm gonna do it with mine.
All right then.
Yeah. And my friend is gonna pay me to start editing his videos from his streams.
Ooh.
So that's gonna take. I told him I have my own shit to do, which I don't already do.
You wanna edit my videos too?
Fuck.
Oh, wow.
What videos?
Wow. Fuck off.
I'm sending you content. You can make a video
God
with it.
damn it. I feel attacked, okay?
Well, I hope so.
Good. What? Mission accomplished.
Yeah. Pass the torch.
To Nick. What's going on, Nick? What you working on?
A lot, actually. I think
You and
Holy
I
shit,
need to
it has
talk
been
about
2
that.
weeks. Yeah, so I've been I remember I said a couple podcasts ago, like, I'm gonna stream, I'm gonna make videos. I will, just not right now because school and life and shit. But I have several projects planned that I wanted to do something that was like cinematic and fun and movie-like and cheesy. And I I kind of want to keep it a secret, but the general idea is it's going to have a lot of fun, edity, referencey kind of stuff. Like I'm going to try and film it more like a movie. It's going to be fuck. How do I even say this? It's going to be like a vlog, except it's going to make it like a movie, where it's like edited and has a story, and it's going to involve different aspects of different projects that I'm going to be working on. I started scripting for it and storyboarding for it, and Shaun's involved, so you guys should watch it. If not, because you give a shit about what I'm doing, because Shaun is doing it.
There you go.
I put Shaun's name in the credits, so
Yeah, like sponsored by Word Production. I was gonna approach Jazz too, but I haven't gotten around to that. So we'll talk
no
later.
one can approach me without a passport.
Well, good thing I have a green card. So I
I have a red card.
red card.
Red and green cards.
Means to an end. No, but
I think he just said he's gonna murder you.
Yes. No. Well,
Maybe.
that's how rear view. Well, I can't tell if that's the color thing or the rear view window
It's
thing.
red and green.
Can't tell the difference. Anyway, I have a machinima thing. I'm scripting. I'm not going to tell anyone what it is because it's early stages, but it's going to be awesome, and it's going to involve people from this podcast. Again, I have a Let's Play that I know I'm going to be doing. I started editing an intro for it. I have some voice stuff that I'm working on for Alec, the guy, Rule of Alec, the guy who bought $300 game that wasn't worth $300, but he still bought it.
He made a decision and he committed to it.
He that's true. He made whatever the merit of that decision is that will be left up to your.
He's listening right now, right?
He's
I'm proud of you, Alec.
Hi, Al.
Keep
We're
fighting
proud
a
of
good
you.
fight.
It's a physical copy, so it's worth something.
Exactly.
Right?
If he spent $300 on a digital copy, we couldn't be friends any longer. But he made the right choice.
I know someone who's done that.
Oh no.
Well, that's why they're
Who
not.
am I
here.
unfriending? What?
No, it was free DLC, and she paid $200 for it in an
Good
auction.
God.
An auction for DLC. That's got to be.
I'll give you a hint who it is, but
Does it start with an S and end with a Ayla?
no, it's
Does it rhyme with Kayla? And rhyme with Hill or Till or fuck? I
It
don't know.
rhymes
Well,
with
you
Hill.
done fucked it up.
It does rhyme with Hill, and it starts with a J.
What? Oh, wow.
Jesus Christ. So yeah, I got that. It's basically, if you guys think my personality, whatever that is, I don't know what that is interesting enough to where you want to watch my shit, in a month or two, in a month, there's going to be a lot of content, and it's going to be hopefully awesome and interesting, and you guys should check it out. Look up Ravenick or Ravenick Essay on YouTube or Twitch or whatever the hell. And yeah, a lot of survival horror stuff and a lot of Final Fantasy stuff, and just generally, if you like 80s and 90s stuff and you like to be scared and you like mild disappointment along with general
Who
amusement,
doesn't like mild disappointment?
you might enjoy it. Also, I'm writing music for people, but yeah. So lots of plans. I'm like Shaun right now, 3 weeks or a month ago, where it's like I'm moving, stuff's happening, life's happening, but then after that,
I feel that.
Anyway, sorry, that was long, but
Nice. You got
Jazz.
all kinds of shit going on. Good job. Keep it up.
What?
are you still down for doing voices? In my head,
Yeah.
they console me there. Okay, good.
I'm always down for doing voices, just nobody asked me.
Hey, Jazz.
Hey, shut the fuck up. It's Dante.
God.
Hey Dante,
Well, it's fine. I was just going to say fuck you.
Oh, well.
Hey, Dante, what's coming up?
So- what do you do besides slaying demons and yeah?
And making puns. Well,
Love your newest game, by the way.
thanks. I put all my effort into it. I almost got shot and almost didn't make it to see it, but
Oh jeez.
What happened to your goddamn motorcycle in Bloody Palace, you motherfucker?
yeah. Oh, that was a real kick in the dick. I was like, oh, you have to use the actual game one, not the DLC one. Okay. Anyways, but before I went on hiatus, I was working on like I've done. Let me just go over what I've done. So I've done stuff like Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 6, Devil May Cry 3, Silent Hill, and
Wait, define done.
like they've been finished. These series I just mentioned have been finished. Like they had I had like 12 episodes for some of these. I had 7 for DMC3 because you can go about like this. But so I'm trying to continue on some of those. So I went back to write a script for Resident Evil 1. I have both the PlayStation version, which I am going to do solo cast, and then I'll have like I planned like an actual cast for like the remake edition. I did that with basically like Devil May Cry 3 and Silent Hill 1, where it's just all Dante, and then I have like an actual cast for like the better versions. And then I was working a bit on the script for Devil May Cry 1 Spood. And then I do this anime series called Love Live, and it's my biggest one. It's Manly Idols or Girly Idols, and now it's just GM18, where there was like a politically correct and then there was a politically incorrect, and now it's just mashed together. That's where my latest work in terms of like editing going, because I got all the lines. I need to check to see if I got all the vocals for the songs, because it's an idol anime. So I do like parodies of the songs. For example, I replaced this one song called, Moving Forward Tomorrow, and I just put Earth, Wind, and Fire. What was it? Oh my god. I just remember its parody right now. Dancing on the Street. Boogie Wonderland. I replaced it with Boogie Wonderland, and then made the song about dancing on the street, because that's what they're doing in the fucking episode. They're dancing on the street. So I do shit like that, and that's why it's like my biggest one. So there's a lot of scripting, but there's progress being made to get the anime half done. Shaun Senpai is working on me with the sequel for my Silent Hill parody. It's called My Restless Nightmares. We're doing the second one, which there's a difference. I don't call it like My Restless Nightmares 1 or 2. The first one was called Drugs and Gods. This one is called Sweet Dreams or something like that.
Are made of this?
Yep, and that's actually the theme song. So we were doing that. There's some people that I have to recast because it's been a year or two since I wrote the script, and some people have vanished.
I feel you.
It's the struggle when you go on hiatus. You come back and where did everybody go? Well,
hey people,
I died.
machinimaing is tough, okay?
Yeah. So, as he's pointed out, he's got some lines to turn in. I need to find Alora and then who was the other one? Angela. I need to find Alora and Angela and get that train going.
Hey, Jazz.
Hi, I'm Laura.
Angela.
Yeah.
Do you want to be an
Yeah.
Angela?
I hate those.
Damn. Yeah. So I think that's currently what's going on in terms of that before I, pooped off the map for a good few years. So that's the agenda. I want to get back to finishing My Restless Nightmares, Sweet Dreams, and then get the anime going. Because after that, I got a whole bucket list.
So in terms of those two, so basically you're working on Silent Hill and Manly Idols right now, right?
Yeah, the Silent Hill and actually GM18 is what we'll specifically call it.
Excuse me.
It's okay. It used to be primarily Manly Idols. It's a long story.
So those are just in scripting?
Those are the ones that gone past scripting. Like I've
Okay.
sent lines to people. Everything else, like the Resident Evil 1 remake and original and Devil May Cry 1, those are all still scripts.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Resident Evil machinima? That sounds stupid.
Yeah, who would ever do something like that?
Past episode 1.
What?
What's Resident
Nobody ever gets
Evil?
past
Isn't that Mia Malkovich
You
movie
got past
with the
episode
mid?
2. So
I mean,
fuck
of
off.
Resident Evil 1. I meant of Resident Evil. What? Shut the fuck
Oh.
I'm still waiting for Raccoon City Stories episode 4. Come on.
Maybe.
So is everybody else.
It's
Well, get in
mostly
line.
done, for fuck's sake. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
We were just waiting for the next episode.
We just needed people.
People.
Well, you got
Script.
3-4 people here.
Specific people.
Oh.
Yeah.
Pacific.
Pacific Standard people.
Can be like Lightning from Final Fantasy Returns.
I'll
Be like,
I'll
just
voice
dress up as
Leon.
the person.
I'll voice Leon. I know you have a hard time with actors, so
Yeah, it's tough.
Oh, jeez.
fucker.
God damn.
I want
God
to make
damn.
a joke about Silent Hill.
Do it.
There's so many.
There's so many jokes. No, there was. So I bought Shattered Memories, and I didn't even realize it was
That is
called
a
Shattered
joke.
Memories.
No.
No, because I'm aware that it's a remake of one, but then I was like, wait,
Is
it's
it,
called
though?
Shattered Memories, quote unquote remake.
Yeah.
Demake. No, but I just realized it's called Shattered Memories, as in it will shatter any good memories you have of the original.
Oh my
Oh
god.
no.
And that connected with me when I like took it out of the fucking Saran wrap, and I was like, wait, they knew.
Self-aware.
They knew what they were doing. And now
This
my girlfriend
wasn't
wants
a-
to play it on PSP.
This was an
so
attack on
on
Silent Hill,
PSP.
and we never saw it coming.
They
Sleeper
played
cells.
us like a damn hill fiddle.
How do you
Hiddle.
play a hill?
Hiddle. They played us like a
They
damn
did.
hiddle.
They managed.
They played us like a Tom Hiddleston.
Speaking of Tom Hiddleston, speaking of Adventures, who's excited for Endgame?
Not me.
Yes.
Well,
Oh,
wait.
a little bit. You have
Yeah.
to be at this point.
wanna see Spider-Man.
I want to see it, but I think I'm gonna be disappointed.
I think everyone is.
Probably.
We'll see. Well, I'll see because I work next to a movie theater.
Oh.
So,
Do you get to see it for free?
no, because I'm a burger joint that works next to them.
Oh, okay.
I have a friend who can help me see it for free, and but that's pretty much it.
Can you like walk into the theater and be like, burgers, who wants your burgers? And then just like plant yourself in the back and just watch it for 2 hours.
I would love to, but I actually have already tried that. That did not work.
Aw.
And I was left really mad and disappointed. But
Hey, at least you tried.
Who wants burgers?
yeah,
But I don't know. The Infinity War trailer looked like really good, and the movie ended up being really good. And Endgame, the trailer just kind of left me like, eh. So I feel like the movie's gonna do the same, probably. But We'll see.
maybe they're playing it safe and hiding a lot. We don't
I
know.
hope so. It's fucking Disney, and I feel like they're just gonna bring everybody back. And I know that's part of the story, but I think they're gonna bring like everybody back for the most part, with the exception of like a handful, maybe at best.
If they do, I'm never watching another Marvel movie.
Well, it's the
ever.
end of that whole whatever phase, so it's fine. You lived through it. But I don't know. I have a feeling I'm going to be disappointed. So I'm not excited about the fact that I'm probably going to be disappointed, but I do want to see it. There you go.
Yeah.
Those are my feelings.
Do you ever hate
Enjoy my
that when
feelings,
like
everybody.
when they like have a movie or like a series or something and a character dies and then they bring him back immediately and you're like, well, what the fuck was the point of that?
Oh, we've
How many
talked
times
about
I gotta
this,
teach you this lesson, old man.
Talk
and
about
it makes
this.
me angry. But I thought we were going to hit under 2 hours, but we're 3 minutes over, approximately. So fuck. Maybe with
Fuck.
editing, we'll see.
Well, hey, that's a
Yeah.
goal for next time.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
normally we're at like an hour and a half.
That's what we
but
say every time.
You are right.
Well, we got passionately heated.
Wow, I thought I was
That's
gonna
the
get
thing.
yelled at.
Yeah, there's always one subject that fucking derails or
Nick.
just goes on for a little bit too longer. Wow.
Physical versus digital. The debate.
Get fucked.
But we'll end
Well,
it
this
here.
time it was ethics.
You shut your mouth. Thanks for joining us, everybody. As always, throw us a like, a sub, or simply share this episode if you enjoyed
Or
it.
sandwich.
Yeah,
We'll take sandwiches.
It's
We're
specifically
hungry.
a Jill sandwich. We'll take those.
I like Uncrustables.
Wow.
We need a
Peanut
word
butter and
chef.
jelly
I think ours retired.
for everybody. But if you have any feedback, we'd love to hear from you in the comments. That's going to wrap it up for this week's show. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.
We did it.
Say bye, Dante.
Bye! Bye-bye!